Sauce it up. Oh, double post banger! Oh
Answered.
my god!
You want sauce? I got you.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, am I a cam or what, bro? Bill just feels crazy at passing. Insane.
Ooh.
Dang, Lom was just.
Yeah.
Where am I going?
I'm lost too. That's
Insane.
I don't know why I'm in the middle.
And they continue to advance, and a lot of options here. Now can they create something? And
Get in there.
Oh.
exactly what we're in Gelsenkirchen. I'm Derek Ray, joined here in the commentary box as always by Lee Dixon, and getting ready for a potentially thrilling contest. Lee, this should be magnificent.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. Real pleasure.
Yeet.
Damn.
That was crazy.
It's opening up for them.
Oh yeah.
Screw this kid. Jeez. He's so
dirty.
sweaty on his defense.
I almost got in your way right there.
Hey everyone, this is Lesky here, back with another FIFA 21 Pro Clubs player build for you guys today. And in this video, we have for you a Marcus Rashford center forward build, which was requested in the comments by a couple of viewers. This year on FIFA Ultimate Team, Marcus Rashford has a lot of different special cards and just a lot of upgrade cards. This build that I made is an 88 rated center forward build, so I used Marcus Rashford's 88 rated inform card to make this build and use it as like just a comparison on the skill tree. Just looking at the body page, we are 6 foot, 119 pounds. It says Marcus Rashford has a unique body type, but I know like in game it's a pretty lean body type as well, so that's why we went for 119 pounds. And he's listed as 6'1", so we could have went for like 6'2" or 6 foot, since there's no point of going for 6'1", since you can have the same stats as being 6'2". So I decided to go a little bit lower and go for 6 foot just to make him faster. He's pretty fast on every single one of his cards. So 6 foot as a skinny center forward makes us as fast as possible. So just make sure you're listed at 6 foot, 119 pounds. And if you're on this page while you're doing the height and weight, just make sure you're going on the low side of 6 foot, because you're not going to want to be on the high side, because then you'll have like the stats as if you were like 6'1". So, and even low side of 6'2". So you're not going to want to do that. You're going to want to be on the low side of 6 foot if you're on this page. And then make sure you're at the 119 pound mark or 99 pound. It doesn't really matter. It's all the same. So I just went for 119. So now we can head over to this Marcus Rashford skill tree. Here we are on the playstyle screen. And as you guys can see, we're listed as center forward. We're 6 foot, 119 pounds. And I'm listed as lefty since my actual player is Di Maria and he's lefty in real life, but Rashford is actually righty. So if y'all actually want to make it accurate, make sure to be on right-footed, but I'm going to keep it on left-footed. So now let's start with the skill tree, and we will start with the physical page. And we went all the way down to the third strength, which I do on a lot of my builds, because this third one gives you +2 strength for only 1 skill point, so that's pretty good. And then on this right side, I went down to the second wind. When I was using this build, I wasn't playing any, so I made sure I got the second wind. If you are playing any, I would suggest taking off the second wind and definitely adding it to either a little bit more strength. Unfortunately, you can't like get this bear claw. I guess you could possibly take off this jumping, because Rashford doesn't have that crazy of jumping on all of his cards. They're like below 80 in the 70s. And then like his highest rated card, his really high rated card is only 82. So you could take off this extra jumping if you like and get exactly like 82 and then add it to strength, which would be really good because he has like 80 strength or higher on most of his cards, and we're just not going to be able to touch that. So that's a really good alternative. So if you're playing any with this build, I would actually suggest trying out something like this. And then you could just add this jumping or add it to something else like on the skill tree further along, like on the shooting, passing, or dribbling. So yeah, that's definitely a suggestion if you are going to play any with this build. So I'm going to take this off and put it to where I had it and add that second win back. And this is going to be it for the physical page. It's a pretty physical build because you are pretty tall. You're 6 foot. You are pretty skinny, so you're not very strong. But it's definitely possible to body people off, especially a lot of the smaller player builds that a lot of people run. You can definitely body those people just because you're taller and have decent strength. Nothing crazy. Wish it could be in the 80s. But again, if you are playing any, that's pretty clutch that you can add that extra strength. So now on to dribbling, where we went all the way to the 5-star skills, because on FIFA, Rashford has 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, which is solid for pro clubs. And on the left side, we didn't go for the 2 balance, the +2 and the +3, because he has really low balance on all of his cards. Like looking at that 88 rated card, he has 89 agility and 78 balance. So basically, we went to 80 balance, +2 balance compared to his 78. And then he has 89 agility, and we could only get it to 87 as our max. So that's actually like bounces it out a little bit. We have +2 balance over him, but he has +2 agility. So it's pretty close. And then on this right side, I believe he has the flare trait on his cards. Yes, he does. So we had to go for that flare trait, and then obviously that 5-star skills. And then the ball control focus is really good because it'll get him to 90 ball control and then 92 dribbling. For only 2 skill points, it gives you +3 dribbling stats, which is quite nice. And then that'll be it for this dribbling page. The dribbling felt really good. I was quite surprised. Even though he only has 87 agility and 80 balance, it doesn't look crazy. But it's very similar to my on rebuild I posted, because I believe that build was 6 foot center forward and 119 pounds as well. And that was actually one of my favorite builds on my channel, because I think it was just because the finishing ability was crazy and the dribbling felt really nice also. But I just think it was the finishing on that specific, that on rebuild. But this Rashford build for the dribbling felt really good for me, and I really didn't notice the lower balance or being 6 foot, trying to skill and dribble past people, and then not even having like 90 agility. I guess 87 agility is pretty solid for a 6 foot guy though. So the dribbling stats and the feel of this build while left sticking, doing skills and whatnot, is very solid. Definitely give it a try, especially if you like doing skills and just dribbling. So now on to passing, where we actually put some skill points onto this passing page. And on this left side, we went down to this short pass and then down to this long pass, which gives you +2 long pass for 1 skill point, which is quite nice. And then on this right side, what the goal was is to get a little bit extra long pass, get that up. And then we wanted to focus on curve because he has decent amount of curve on his cards. That's actually like the best stat. That and vision. On his 88 rated card, he has 88 vision, which we're not going to get that close to that. We can get to 81 for this height and weight as a center forward. He has 83 crossing. I actually did get a lot of cross assists with this build, so it's not that big of a deal that we're not in the 80s for crossing. And then he has 88 curve, so that's pretty high. So that's why we went for this +3 curve, to try and get it to at least 82, which actually takes off 1 short passing though, which is why we also added this extra short passing to make up for it, because he has exactly 87 short passing, so it's perfect. And then for his long passing, he has 74, so we're actually 1 better long passing, which is nice since we have a lot lower of a vision stat compared to his 88 vision. It's nice that at least the long passing is a little bit better. So that's like the 1 stat that's actually better in this passing page. But either way, since we upgraded the passing, it actually felt really good, and I was making some really good passes to my teammates who were both using really fast builds. So it was actually extremely clutch that this build was pretty good with the long passes too, even though it's not that crazy of a passing stat. And then the short passing was very solid. I was actually very surprised with the passing ability on this build. So now we can move on to shooting. That's it for passing. And on the shooting page, like I said, he's got the 4-star weak foot and those 5-star skills. So we went all the way down to the weak foot on the left because he has a lot of shot power on his cards. Like he has like 90 plus on pretty much all of his cards, except for like even his 85 rated card, his lowest rated card, has 90 shot power. So we can't get that close. The highest we could get is 84, but we didn't go for this extra shot power, which is 2 skill points, and we could actually get it up even more. But then again, it would still only be like 86 or something like that. So we just went all the way down to this weak foot. And then we also just needed extra skill points for pace and all the other categories. So this just helped us save a lot of skill points. Comparing the stats with his 88 rated card, he has 88 finishing, 95 shot power, 86 long shots, 77 volleys, and 86 penalties. So we're going to be beating him on pretty much every single stat in the shooting category except for shot power. Like we have 93 finishing compared to his 88, 89 long shots compared to his 86, 90 volleys compared to his 77 volleys, and then we both have 86 pins. And then again, that shot power is a lot better for him. And then we have also 84 heading accuracy as a base stat for this 6-foot center forward, and he has only 73 on his 88 rated card. So his heading accuracy is not that great anyways. So it's quite nice that we actually have pretty good heading accuracy since his build is 6 foot. You don't have crazy jumping. It's pretty low for a center forward build. But since you are decently tall, you are 6 foot, you can score some header goals with this build. And this will be it for shooting page now. The shooting ability on this build is pretty solid. It worked pretty well for me. It's got really good finishing and good shot power for pro clubs. 89 long shots is very good as well, and those volleys should be pretty automatic, especially when you're in the box with those 90 volleys and 93 finishing. So now we can move on to pace, where we went for the full pace upgrade, of course. Since Rashford's cards have a ton of pace, even his 85 rated card has 91 pace, which is 89 acceleration and 93 sprint speed. So that's actually around what we are. We are around 91 pace as well. So when it comes to pace, we're a lot more accurate compared to his 85 rated card, his lowest rated card. So we actually have 92 acceleration, 90 sprint speed. So we have more acceleration than sprint speed. Unlike him, he has more sprint speed than acceleration. We can't do anything about that. This just makes us the fastest as possible as a center forward. So we kind of just have to go with what it gives us. But I didn't have any problems with the pace on this build. There were certain situations where I burnt the defenders and got it behind one-on-one. So there's not a problem with the pace. It actually feels very rapid. And you are 6 foot, so it's quite nice that you actually have 91 pace as a 6-footer. It's pretty solid, and I'm a fan of bigger, taller builds anyways. So this is more my play style with the skills, having pace as a taller build and pretty good dribbling stats with really good shooting stats. This is definitely more of my type of build. But this is going to wrap it up for this Marcus Rashford center forward build. Let me know in the comments if y'all try this build out, how it went for y'all, and if y'all could hit that like button on this video and hit that subscribe button on my channel if you aren't already subscribed. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and peace out.